This is in honor of Women's History Month. And I would like to first for everyone to give a round of applause to Mayette Risker, who's the visionary of this event. This will be an annual event, and we're really excited. We hope that you've enjoyed all the pieces so far. My name is Kayla Risker, and I'm proud to say that I'm Mayette Risker's sister, her older sister. And I'm also the founder and executive director of Sisters Acquiring Financial Empowerment. We help survivors of domestic violence to become financially self-sufficient. So she felt that I would be a good host today, or in line with in honor of this event. I'd like to welcome you to the Detroit Contemporaries. So if you've never been here, this is actually a subsidy of the CAID, which is the Contemporary Art Institute of Detroit. Other subsidies of the CAID include Woodale Arts. Woodale Arts is a 1,800 square foot professional art exhibition space in Detroit that showcases the work of local and international established and emerging artists. Another entity is the Ladybug Gallery. The Ladybug Gallery boasts a ceramic studio, a computer lab, as well as a multi-purpose classroom that together fosters an inviting and creative environment for local artists. The Ladybug Gallery offers free and very affordable ceramic classes to the community. Just so that you know, the panelists, when they come up earlier, the glasses that they used were crafted by the Ladybug Gallery, as well as this vase and as well as the serving dishes that are outside. Mayette Risker serves on the board of the Ladybug Gallery as well as on the board of CAID. So she was really excited to come up with this event. The Detroit Broadcasting Company creates media for the people and by the people. The Detroit Broadcasting Company is a socially conscious for-profit company that is 100% owned and controlled by its employees, grassroots, nonprofit, and people from the community that it reaches and serves. It serves the community. The Detroit Broadcasting Company serves the community through producing internet-based television programming, including a Detroit-based sitcom, a cooking show hosted by Detroit youth, and a talk show that features people from Detroit who impact our politics, culture, and society. The talk show, the first program in production, completed its first season this year and is available to view online at detroitbroadcasting.wordpress.com tonight at the CAID. So before you leave today, please make sure that you sign your name and email in the guest book so that you can be apprised of all the opportunities and the different events at the CAID. On a side note, I would like to add that if you could also donate, there's a collection container near the food. It's very important to support the arts. When it comes to me being a nonprofit executive director, I understand how challenging it is to run an organization during these times. And I can only imagine, I'm not privy to it, but I can only imagine that the cuts that the arts have received. And arts are very, very important to the revitalization of our community. So whatever you have, I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. So I would first like to bring the first poet to the stage. Her name is Christina Perez. She is a native Detroiter, a graduate of University of Michigan, and an artist who lives between the rhythmic patterns of music and paintbrushes. She's mostly drawn to the verse craft of poetry and taught at Inside Out Detroit, where the students successfully published 2 publications, Spray and Ink on the Tracks. She continues to draft various upcoming projects in both poetry and painting and will continue to grow in her expression artistically, taking Detroit and the world by storm. Please give it up for Christina Perez.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. I want to thank Mayette Risker for giving me the opportunity to be here tonight, and I want to thank all of you for coming and listening. This poem is called Woman Cube, and this poem celebrates women. It's a poem in 2 parts. In all of my excitement to finally see the king, the thrill is short-lived. Much like a dress once intact, no escaping priority now. Seeded from stem, my heritage blessed Caribbean gems. You see, mommy gifted me with attention to detail, the kind she uses when gently picking the blackened grains out of the caldero de arroz she'll cook for dinner, or the way she scrubs the sunken grease stains out of her husband's clothes, even at the consequence of scrubbing her knuckles raw? What about the way Abuelita prays, reza que reza, to the constant years of prayer at the 19th hour of every single day have worn her kneecaps raw from the repetition, these scarring acts of love, silent screams of sacrifice? There I found myself, generations removed, arms up in excited praise, quadruple the colors of recognition, lights, the camera right in front of me as purple and gold confetti rain down. What isn't shown are the rips none can see, rips in the internal fabric only one can repair. The delicacy of the garment's tear speaks to the fragility of the American woman's heart, reminding me all about the dress we can no longer wear. So, when sliced through with the words so loosely heard in the regurgitation of radio poison, the insulting cage names, objectifying our operation to a dig dirt, limiting our capabilities in nurturing to a baby mama, and worse yet, refer to our vessels as a domesticated animal many are allergic to. Nah, the fact of the matter is, we are mothers, much like our mothers and our grandmothers, and I kept the encasement to remember how good it felt to be called just what the Creator made us. After all, a king just isn't a king without a loyally royal queen. This is part 2. It's a piece in progress, but it's very relevant to the topic of celebrating women. And it's just simply titled Woman. Today, we celebrate life, among the first yet crucial for continuation, generation after generation. Yes, my beloved, I'm talking about woman. You see, the grace she wears as she gently places her hair, the care she takes in everything she does, in every sweet embrace, the time she takes to present herself to this world so harsh in its expectations. Dressed to the nines and scented amazing, after house cleaning and meal making and everything has been attended to, she steps out into the world to share her gifts. The caregivers, reporters, informants, consultants, experts, expressing herself elegantly, the models, singers, actors, painters, performers. Conscious of the continual decision beyond the lower level novelas, you see drama's a thing of the past, a scene so mundane she had to surpass. You see now, she's ditched cradle to the grave for cradle to cradle. This is for my teachers, mentors, mamas, grandmamas, stepmamas, tias, sisters, primas, y hermanas. The woman slips up and ends up getting it right after all, worth the romance yet smart enough to rebuff delusion, embracing the love of family. Honoring the strength women have shown during countless struggles, empowering her man and fellow woman, the way she's pressing on in their absence, loving herself and her sisters. Foundation, not commodity, love, the language silent and spoken, rocks, the strength in her stability, word, read, spoken, and written, like love, heard in the 19th century freestyles of Lola Rodriguez Etillo, who wrote La influencia de la mujer en la civilización, the influence of the woman in civilization, and, let's not forget, La Boriqueña, resolutely in charge of her own destiny, politically proclaiming the freedom of our mother island, much like Luisa Capetillo, who worked as a lectora in cigar factories, voicing collective emancipation, controversial, bringing the 20th century wearing pantalones as a mother, labor organizer, and revolucionera, both viewing motherhood as central to our existence, still emphasizing the empowering voice in toda su hermosura, for equality within the spheres of divide, seeking advances for community as a whole, much like Ana Castillo, who empowers our people not just with poetics, but truthfully, history of our bloodlines, liberating minds through storytelling, molding the reconstruction of our forgotten identity, often stifled by the American radiation diet. Through essays, lectures, and books that are sure to fuel the coming generations like Pura Ventre did when she dedicated her life to educating the children of urban America by penning various children's books, bridging communities with dual tongues and folklore. These women, twin souls of our very own Phyllis Wheatley, who in her 18th century intellectual victories versed about her Senegal bloodline, honoring the Gambia solar worshippers, surpassing slavery through script, bothering Boston luminaries, trailblazing the minds of men with the graceful force of her West African-born pen. These and many more, the foundation of how I was invited to explore my identity. Multifacética, mujer de África taína como la isla. Soy boricua, y celebro mis mujeres de África y América Latina. A turquoise choice, green, pink, and blue today, I celebrate my women, and I pray you do too.
Thank
you. Thank you all for coming and listening. I definitely appreciate it.
Please let's show some love for Christina Perez. That was Now I'd like to bring to the stage Verhinda Williams. She is a Detroit poet. She is the founder of Poetry Pages and Scribes, which is a successful event that is given to promote new and upcoming poets as well as the art of poetry. She also has several endeavors coming up, including a reality show that's supposed to highlight the community and the positive things going on in Detroit. I'd like to bring to the stage Verhinda.
All right, so everyone here that is an owner of a bra strap, please make some noise. All right, I can do better than that. You a bra strap, let's go. I want you to feel like it's Friday, you get to release for the week. Let's make some noise. Okay, so everyone that owns a bra strap, make some noise. Thank you. If you're a woman and you know it, clap your hands. Thank you. We got to give it up for Mayette for pulling this wonderful event together. We got Tag Team Whisker over here. Give it up for Kaylin Whisker. Yes. And all of the artists that have put their work into the show. And so, Ese Mami Aquí. Give it up for her. Yes. So, as Kaylin said, I host a poetry series at the Southfield Public Library the first quarter of every month. And it is like love, free. So please come out, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell everyone you know. I also have books here for sale. They're only $10.
Only $10.
My God, how do I live? So I can if you go purchase the book. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this piece. But again, so glad and so appreciative to be part of the Universal Sisterhood. And so this is a tribute to women. It's called She Wrote. This is for Lena, Tina, and Nina, for all of those who came before me with a great Joan. This is for all women everywhere, from then and now, for women who jam rock and soul well and love life. This is She Wrote for good girls and bad ones too. This is for Etta James, Peggy Lee, and Abby Lincoln. This is for full, hip, sharp-footed mummies who get the rhythm of the feet, who get the rhythm of the hands, and who get the rhythm of the heart. This is for Maurice, Antoinette, and Baez. Oh, freedom. This is for brave vixens who wear white after Labor Day and wear red shoes to church on Sunday. How they sing hallelujah in spite of it all. This is for Anita, Blondie, and for every Mona Lisa who smiles, for all my enduring beauties, Diane Carroll, Ruby Dee, Cicely Tyson, who have a way of proving that time has a way of perfecting its subjects. This is for every woman who carried a child across the Great Plains in a trail of tears, and for women who chose death, the depths of the Atlantic during the Middle Passage, and for all women who raised children on their own because their ancestors poured strength into their veins. I said for all women who raised children on their own because their ancestors poured strength into their veins. She is many things. Maestra, señora, Mama, abuela, tia, reina, tuya, mia. She is mine. She is yours. She's grandmother, your auntie too. This is her role. She role. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, sexy, and you know it. Clap your hands. All right. So, I think that many times a woman who seeks to voice her truth and a woman who is not too ashamed or refuses to take whatever comes to her gets painted very bad. We call her a villainess, and we call her that dreaded word, the B word. And anytime a woman, especially as we look through folklore and mythology, there's always several versions of it, and usually it's pejorative to put on the version of when Lilith spoke up. You know, Adam tried to rape her, she spoke up, she called God's name, she disappeared. I mean, I don't see what the big problem is. Medusa, in some versions, you know, she's very beautiful, but in others she gets cursed. Snake, I'm about to say, you know what, I got an issue with that, so I'm going to about it. Like the hit? Here you go. Yeah. All right, so it's called Good Girl. There are good girls, and then there are good girls. I mean, the kind of girls who don't make out on the first date, and the kind that wear stockings and proper foundations. Thank God that's not me. I mean, mean girls, good girls. I mean, bad mamma jammas like Vanetta McGee, Pam Grier, and Shaka Khan. I mean, good girls so bad that they make the boys scream out loud, Lord have mercy. I mean, the type of good girl that takes your breath away with a smile, or creates a panic when she walks into the room because you're not sure if beneath her calm, cool, collected facade that she's packing a lethal weapon called charm. Now, there are good girls that clutch their pearls and testify. And then there are good girls who put their hands on their hips and signify. I mean, they give Tina Marie and Jane Child a run for their money. These types of good girls give you early morning sugar and evening sweets. Some good girls go to church every Sunday, while others miss a few because sheep sometimes get lost or hungry. There are good girls that say things like, I would never. But then there are other good girls that say, I did it twice, and wrote a book about it. It's called The Memoirs of the Human Experience. Right. True, that being beautiful is a gift for other people, but being beautifully authentic is a gift for self. God bless good girls, but damn, it sure is good to be bad. Amen. Amen.